Alright guys, so, oh my gosh, welcome back. Going on a little adventure because it has been the great thaw has been occurring over the past, oh I don't know, last day or so. And all the creeks that were frozen over even last weekend are now very much open. First of all, let's get a look together at what this creek looks like right off rip. As long as it's clear. Oh yeah. Look at that, guys. Creek is a-flowing, but it's clear. So we'll give it a shot. I mean, worst case scenario, I don't catch anything. Best case scenario, I'll catch a hog. But yeah, out here doing some public land brookie fishing. I have fished this stream once, this one section of the stream once. Caught some decent fish, nothing crazy. I never made it back. And then of course I said a deer hunted up here. Ooh, I see a giant hole right here. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up. Hopefully catch a fish or two for you guys. Oh, fish already. Holy cow. Holy cow. Oh, it came off. Hey, that's a really good sign. There could be another one in here, to be honest with you. Probably, if I'd done anything other than what I did, I could have caught that fish, I'd say. All right, so, oh buddy, the snow up here is still probably what, 10 inches deep or so, which is insane because like even where I parked the car, the snow's only a couple inches deep. But I haven't really caught anything in a while. So what I'm gonna do, as you guys can see, here's the creek. I'm gonna hike up this tributary, up this point, and hit the Forest Service road that's up there. And then I'm gonna hike the heck out of here because I've probably fished up here probably, oh, I don't know, a mile or so. Mile, 2 miles or so, maybe more, I don't even know. And it's just not producing. So I'm gonna move creeks because it's only like 1 o'clock, so I got plenty of time if I can figure out how to get out of here without killing myself. So that's the plan. Now, how do I get out of here? I might just go straight up this point. That's a deer bed, guys, right there. An old one, but you can see the snow melted. It's a good place for one to bed. Ain't nobody down here. Oh! Oh! Made it up the steepest part and I only fell once. Whoa! And look how pretty this place is. We are pretty deep in the mountains right here. As far as access goes, there's no good way to access this other than to walk it, which means there's very little fishing pressure. I mean, people for sure fish it, but it's a lot less in comparison. Spot number 2, boys. Let's go. This looks good, 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 good. Oh guys, I give up. The water's just too high for this type of fishing, and that like I can fish these creeks all day long, and I'm gonna really struggle to catch fish in here. Probably gonna end the day. It's 2:34. I've got more time, but I just don't know of a creek that I think is gonna be low enough right now to be able to, you know, easily catch fish out of. At least not close enough by that I care to drive to it. So yeah, guess I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Alright guys, so welcome back. I'm at stream number 3 today in this video. I haven't fished this stream in a while, to be honest with you. It's probably been a year and a half or so. But actually last time I was here I really didn't catch anything either. I think I caught one brook trout. So I don't know. It was pretty easy to access because I woke up this morning and there was like 5 inches of snow on the ground. So some of my harder to access spots are out of the question right now. Hopefully I'll be able to hit them tomorrow, but yeah, put on a stone fly and flashback pheasant tail, or sorry, flashback hare's ear, and I'm gonna see if I can't find a trout in the stream. Let's do it. Got him. Nice fish. Brown trout. Brown trout. Please stay hooked, you sly dog. Please. Please stay hooked, dude. Come on, buddy. I can't see it. Let's go! Oh my gosh, boys. Let's go! I worked hard for you, little buddy. This is day number 2 of just grinding it out. I fished a good bit of this creek without anything. All right, guys, here's my little brownie. Look at him. Cute little guy. I'm just happy to have caught a fish, to be honest with you, because I have been absolutely struggling. So to finally catch a fish in a stream, I don't think I've ever caught a brown trout, or I know I haven't caught a brown trout in the stream before either, so hey man, you're not gonna hear me complaining. All right, so this is day number 2 of just like grinding it out. This is creek number 3 that I fished this weekend so far, and I hooked one little brook trout yesterday and lost it, and then finally just now caught a brown trout. The brown trout honestly looked kind of stock to me, which, knowing where this creek is, that's not impossible. I've only fished this creek one other time, and I think I caught one little native or something like that. So it's not like I've slayed out at this creek or anything like that. This is just kind of easily accessed for me personally. So I'm just excited to even catch a fish, especially since it snowed a bunch last night. I think the temperature right now is like 20 degrees maybe, give or take. It's not very warm at all. So dealing with icy line, icy guides, the whole 9 yards. But anyway, I'm gonna shut up, get fishing. I'm just so stoked to finally freaking catch a fish. Alright guys, so I've been fishing for another, like, oh, I don't know, a little while, but if you look, this backside of my rod is just covered in ice from what I assume is from that, like, some of the waterfalls and stuff on this creek. I mean, I can't even turn my reel right now. I mean, look at that. It's a solid block of ice. I really need to turn it because I'm done for the day. I'm probably just gonna get back, because as you can see, it's so freaking cold that like everything's just freezing up. And quite honestly, I've caught more fish today than I thought I was going to, so I'm gonna be okay if I could just get out of here. But anyway, I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully with a less frozen reel and a few more fish than there was today. All right, boys, day 3, creek number 4, out here at a pretty popular creek. There's actually someone fishing it, or I saw someone fishing it down low, so I went way up to pretty much one of the higher sections I can fish. I kind of figured there'd maybe be someone here just because it's pretty popular, and this time of the year it's a really good creek to fish because it's a spring creek. So yeah, I'm gonna try it though, because I'm sick of struggling and I want to see if I can't catch some fish here. I haven't been here in like, oh, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. So yeah, I'm gonna fish it, see if I can remember what this creek is like. Hopefully catch some trout, see what happens. Got him. Stay hooked, dude. Finally, a fish that looks like it's staying hooked. Ooh, nice little bow. Whoa, chill. Where are you going, buddy? Yo, let's go. Finally, I actually landed a freaking fish. I think this is the 3rd one I hooked. Boy, he is fat and healthy. Love to see that. Love to see that. What a gorgeous fish, man. He's not like a mega giant, but he is a beautiful rainbow. Look at him. What a nice fish. I'm gonna actually try to get an underwater release on him. Fatty. Alright guys, that was my 2nd fish landed of the weekend. I think he ate my little flashback hare's ear. I love this that fly for rainbow trout just because they like that little extra bit of splash usually. That might have been another hit. Got another one. Man, it's like if I catch one fish, I catch another one. A little bit smaller. Just net them just because I haven't caught that many fish this week. And so even catching a fish is a freaking treat, boys. What are we looking at here? Another little wild rainbow. Man, these fish are pretty too. This one ate the bottom nymph. Let's go ahead and release him normally. Oh, sweet. I knew I got another hit in there. Sometimes these fish are just barely nibbling on it, just a nibbling, you know what I mean? You really got to be on your game to get them to hook at the right time, or set the hook at the right time. I just got to be more like that was probably a fish. We gotta be more aware, cognizant. I mean, if I was just indicator nymphing, I wouldn't have caught that last fish. Which is why Euro nymphing is so freaking deadly this time of the year. It's actually incredible. Got him. Got him. I wonder if it's a timing thing or what it is, because I'm like slaying out now. This is like back-to-back holes, basically. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna net this one. That's how much I'm slaying out now. I've made it to the stage in the day where I'm not gonna net, even though I'm only 3 fish in. Look at that little guy. Hefty fella. Oh, okay, see ya. Thanks for playing, buddy. Thanks for playing. I mean, I'd be happy if I catch a dozen of these fellas. I'll be having a great day. Got one. Man, it was just way over there on that far side. Come here, buddy. Sweet. What was that, fish number 4 out of here? It's a good day of fishing right there, man. Look how pretty that rainbow is, too. That's another one of those rainbows that doesn't have very many spots until it gets towards the tail. Interesting. Thanks, my friend. Far side. You'd think it'd be on this close side. I'm not saying there isn't, but that fish was way over there on that edge. All right, guys, so I'm actually gonna switch creeks, I think, because as you guys can see, there's another person here fishing. I was gonna fish another stretch of this, but there's at least 2 other people here right now, and yeah, quite honestly, I just don't want to deal with it. So what I'm gonna do is move creeks and fish somewhere that maybe has some fish biting. I mean, there's a bunch of creeks in the general area, and I think I have a decent chance of actually catching some fish right now. I saw a few hatches popping off. It says, according to my car, it's 46 degrees. I don't think it's quite that warm. It's probably, oh, I don't know. I'd probably say upper 30s if I was a guessing man. But yeah, what I'm gonna do is switch creeks and see if I can't catch some fish on a slightly less pressured creek. All right, spot number 2. A little bit more, oh my gosh, about fell over. A little bit more snow here than there was at the last spot, that's for sure. There's the creek. Looks pretty good. I don't know, we'll try it. If I don't catch anything, I don't catch anything. Rather be doing this than sitting at home, that's for sure. You guys can't tell me this is not beautiful right now with the sun coming through the trees, glistening off the snow. Jeez. This is what we like to see, baby. This is a winter hole and a half. What are the odds that I actually catch a fish? That's what everybody wants to know. Got one. Oh, it's a nice fish. Real nice brook trout. I don't have a net. Please don't come off. I don't have a net. This is awkward. Oh my gosh, he's so pretty. Let's go. Look at this brook trout, guys. Oh, why don't I have a net? Stay. Chill. Chill. Look at this brook trout, guys. This is a stud brook trout. Can you relax for a second? relax for a second. He's got a big tight jaw. The colors on that fish are immaculate. Look at that fella. Oh my gosh, he's still got like some of his spawning colors yet. That's awesome. I'm gonna try to get the big camera out. Look at that brook trout, ladies and jeez, Louise, and he's gone. The fact that I'm able to come out here today and catch brook trout on a freestone stream in the middle of winter with icicles and ice and floating down the creek and everything is pretty incredible. I think that shows you like how healthy this stream is. It's actually the second or third fish I've hooked. I lost one or two of them, and I caught that one that wasn't on camera. And I even had one eat a dry fly, which is pretty incredible. It is probably, I think it's like mid-30s right now. So it is above freezing, and I'm sure there's some kind of hatches were going off. It's probably not now because it's a little after 4 o'clock, but I'm so stoked to catch brook trout. And another cool thing is that kind of completes like a trifecta for me this weekend, because I caught rainbow trout today and brook trout today, and I caught a brown trout yesterday. So I've caught every species that is wild to West Virginia. So that's pretty cool. Although I think the brown trout was stocked, but that's not important. Anyway, I'm gonna fish for a little bit longer and see if I can't catch a few more of these beautiful brook trout. We got another great looking hole here. I mean, I can do this without spooking the fish. Got one. Woo, dude, let's go. It's another just really pretty looking brook trout. Beautiful fish. Like, I mean, still has its spawning colors. Big head. It's skinny. Chill. He's skinny. He's got a big head. Just an unreal fish. Unreal. I'm gonna try to get the camera out again. I don't know if you can see him, but he's just chilling right there. You can see the nymph in his mouth. What a legend. Let's see if we can hold this guy up. There he is. Look at the colors on these brook trout. They're super dark. Super dark. Look at this tail. A little focus on his tail, maybe. Look at that fish. It's just an incredible little brook trout. Alright guys, so I just wanted to go over kind of what I mean by like a winter hole. So like when I say winter hole, especially for native brook trout, I mean a hole that like is very deep, has a lot of cover, that I think the fish will sit at all year round. So brook trout are notoriously, they're very migratory, especially native brook trout. And in the winter when the water's cold, a lot of times the fish will like move way out the creek and they'll go way down low. And then when the water gets warmer again in the summer, they start pushing up these creeks and stuff, and then they end up spawning up here, and then they push back out. It's like a whole cycle. So when I'm fishing in the winter, what I'm looking for in a winter hole is something that I think that a brook trout would sit in all year round, regardless of where they should be. And like these holes are like super deep. You've got that whole rock out there is undercut. I caught the fish over there. It's got a log for cover. It's real deep over there. It's a little squirrel pool. So just something that the brook trout can sit in and enjoy themselves in. And obviously, I don't catch a fish in every hole that I consider a winter hole, but that's where I'm catching literally every single brook trout that I've caught this weekend. So anyway, I am going to hike out of here because it's time for me to leave. I'll definitely be back to this stream when it gets warmer, because there are some unreal holes, and I'm sure there are some trout that are bigger than the ones that I'm catching. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, and I'll see you guys back at the car. All right guys, I'm gonna end this video off. I was gonna go all the way back down to the car, but this icicle here is like a really cool backdrop and kind of encompasses like winter fishing in my mind. So I'm just gonna go over 3 things that I learned real quick to kind of encompass these 3 days of trout fishing in the dead of winter. First thing is winter trout fishing is super predictable, which is a good thing and a bad thing. And what I mean by that is because it's so cold and the water's so cold and the trout's metabolisms are so low, and because they like to sit in slower pools and pockets, you can almost predict where the fish are gonna be. They're gonna be in those bigger holes, they're gonna be in the deeper holes. So why that's a good thing is you can look at a creek and pretty much walk to the holes that you're gonna fish. The reason that's a bad thing is because the fish aren't very spread out, and you can walk long stretches of creek, depending on where you are, and not catch a fish. The second thing is, you probably should fish water that you know in the winter. Multiple reasons. One is a safety thing. When it's cold out and you're fishing near icicles and stuff like that, if you fall in the water or do something stupid on accident or get injured in some way, it's really nice to be somewhere where you know where you are, or at least tell people where you're going. But also, when you fish water that you already know, you can kind of already go to the holes that you know where the fish are going to be because it's so predictable. And knowing where the fish sit in the summer and knowing creeks that have high trout populations that you fish in like the spring and summer and you catch all these fish in, you can kind of go back to those same general areas in the winter and then find those winter holes and still catch fish even in some pretty stupid conditions. And then the third thing I would say I learned, which I kind of already knew, you really want to get on the bottom with your nymphs, so Euro nymphing is a huge, huge plus. And I kind of showed that off today, that when you're fishing in these deep holes, you have to get to the bottom. It's so important. Now for the brook trout, I was throwing a dry dropper, but that was more of a product of just wanting to make longer casts than it really was getting the nymph down, because I still had on a tungsten beadhead nymph and I was still on the bottom. And for the nymphs, throwing something green, like some kind of caddis larvae imitation, is like amazing right now. For the last, pretty much every video that you've seen me do where there's snow on the ground or icicles in the shots, I was probably catching the fish on a green nymph of some sort. So yeah, it's just been like ridiculously deadly for me in the past, like, I'd say month or so. I think for the brook trout, they don't really care. And the only other thing I would say is if you're not gonna throw a green nymph, throw something that's a little flashy so the fish can see it and might move for it. So those are my 3 tips. Find the winter holes, fish water you know, and throw a green nymph. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this like 3-day trout fishing video. I kind of showed some stuff like on the first day and even the second day that would normally never make it to the video. I just fished and didn't catch anything. So if you like content like this that kind of shows like the trials and errors of trying to catch fish and then like a successful day like today, then leave a comment, let me know, share it with your friends. And if you really like this video idea, then I might do like 5 days or 7 days, or when it warms up and I can fish after work, maybe even do like a whole month where I'm like fish every day for 30 days and see what I learn. So yeah, share it with a friend, let me know in the comments below, and catch you guys in another episode of Hardman Fishing Adventures.